Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever and wherever you have the opportunity to join me. I'm Dr. Jan, and this is Journey with Jesus, and this is our midweek connection. I just needed to bring you an application of what we covered this past weekend. Verse 12 of Hebrews. Nope, we're in Romans. I've been reading Hebrews too. Romans chapter 8, verse 12. And I couldn't remember if I even read this, but verse 12, it says, "So brothers and sisters, we have no obligation to live the way our corrupt nature wants us to live." And I think I did. But anyway, we have no obligation. We talked about one side and the other side. We have temptations that come our way, and that it's a daily read our Bible, pray every day, that we are wanting to choose the right, the godly, the peaceful, that will bring us long life. So it was interesting that just last night, Saturday into this Sunday, I'm recording this for midweek, I had application that I said, I remember, and I pointed my finger. I don't want to say this. I don't want to go there. I don't want to do this. So I remember I did say that last weekend. But what happened was, I'm going to read it right out of my journal. And that's why I like to journal, because I don't want to forget where God is leading me on this journey. So because of what we read previously about having no obligation, I know that I responded to an answer to one of my previous posts when we talked about it. I submitted to God, that is James chapter 4, verse 7 and 8. I submitted to God, and I resisted the devil, and I resisted my own temptation. And here's the example. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we all have whatever it could be. Some of us, it may be that extra piece of cake. It may be that, I don't know, whatever it is. But for me, this past weekend and just in the last 24 hours, I had pre-selected a sci-fi movie, because my husband and I, we really don't watch movies until sort of the weekend, and it's sort of a nice couples time, and he gets to choose and I get to choose. So earlier in the day, I had pre-selected a sci-fi movie, and it was called Perception. Well, when it came time to watch it, within the first 5 minutes, there was blood, there was gore, knife covered in blood, and suicide ideations. So I got a sharp pain over my left eye, and I turned the channel. I watched, it was a 1974 Snoop Sisters murder mystery that showed no blood and was full of humor. Well, I just wanted to realize that in the past days or even in years, I might not have changed the channel, because I really like sci-fi. And sometimes the gorier, the better, or these. But I've been moving away. I just don't want to watch that. I could have powered through and watched that movie Perception. But what portal into our home was I opening? And what images and thoughts would I have embraced into myself? Remember, we're supposed to take every thought captive. I could sense, I don't want to do that. Don't want to go there. In the past, sometimes you just watch a movie because, hey, I want to watch the movie and I'm going to get through it. No. Just in watching the lighter side, the Snoop Sisters, I had thoughts through the night about Heart to Heart. That was one of the movies I liked back then, and it was a romantic murder mystery of the 1980s and 90s with Robert Wagner and Stephanie Powers, and I'm sure many of those of people of my age can remember those. But it reminded me of, I watched something just before the new year. There was a change from the Beverly Hillbillies, Petticoat Junction, and Andy Griffith, that in our media, we started out when TV was, young, that people got hooked into it. We became addicted to it. The lighthearted, the musicals, and all of those. But it was a slow, what I'm noticing, and they talked about it, a slow indoctrination and demoralization of society with and to the idiot box, that tell, Tell, tell a vision, to today, where people, as Antifa, BLM, and rioters have embraced murder as a normal, like that movie of perception and the things I see that are out there, it's normal, to self murder, suicide, and to other murders. It was like, oh my goodness, we have become very inoculated, and we don't sense how bad what we're putting in our eye gates and our ear gates and those kind of things. It changes us. So I wrote, Dear God, help us fight. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, wickedness in high places, and rulers of darkness. Let us get our head into the game. And I asked God, was I wrong for wanting to veg on a movie? I also veg on watching news. I want and pray that God will help me have balance and guardrails, and to pray constantly without ceasing. Our goal is more of God in us, the more of God will come out of us. And so if we are filling ourselves with the negative and nasty, like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It creates who we are in our spirit, what we think about, and then what comes out our mouth. Because I have constantly, in the last 6 months, at least, if not a year, may the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing and acceptable to you, O Lord. And out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. But what we put in is what comes out. So that's why I remind you, read your Bible, pray every day. I also ask you to like, follow, comment, and share. And I do believe we are increasing. There are a few more shares. Every once in a while, we got some more comments. This is not a Lone Ranger growth opportunity. We need each other. So please, again, thumbs up, like, comment, follow, share, make something that comes and contributes to someone else's growth. Love you. God bless you. And look forward to spending time with you again this coming weekend.